Shalom. My name's Dr. Michael Band. I'm a consultant clinical psychologist in Israel, and I'd like to talk to you for just a few minutes on the subject of Magen Arbel. Magen Arbel is an Israeli NGO basically made up of a group of dedicated clinical and educational psychologists who 3 years ago came together with a dream of bringing into the social and educational systems of Israel a deeper understanding of psychology, of psychological processing, of psychopathology, basically to infuse within the educational and social systems of Israel the understandings and the experience which we've gathered over our years as clinical and educational psychologists. And we started working together with a degree of success. And then came Simchat Torah, and then came the 7th of October. And like everything else in Israel, everything changed. And within a very, very small period of time, we understood that we had a very important role in what was going on in Israel. And part of that understanding came from a very extreme experience which I personally had from the day after Simchat Torah, the 8th of October, when I went down to Yam HaMelach, the Dead Sea, to a hotel where the Kibbutz Be'eri survivors had all come after the terrible, terrible tragedy and attack on the 7th of October. They had come together to a hotel, to the David Spa in the Dead Sea, and they'd asked for psychologists to come and meet them when they got there to try and help them through the first hours. Like everybody else in Israel, I wanted to try and help with something. And as I say, I'm a clinical psychologist, and that's what I do. And I went down from the Galil where I live to the Dead Sea. I thought I was going for a couple of hours. In the end, I stayed there for 2 weeks, and I came away with two understandings. The first understanding was that the recuperation of the state of Israel after the terrible events of the 7th of October are going to work through the schools. The school system is the key to the rehabilitation of the country. My second understanding was that we need to work quickly and efficiently. And sometimes the state systems, the Department of Education, the Department of Health, because they're so big and sometimes cumbersome, their ability to work quickly and efficiently is limited. Magen Arbel came together and said, this is what we've got to do. We've got to start helping the staff of the schools, help the children all over the country, but particularly in the north and in the south, where the children have suffered often distinct trauma, and our aim is to help them avoid developing post-trauma, what's known as PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's very important for our understanding, and I'm happy to explain it as well, that there's a great difference between going through trauma and from developing post-traumatic symptoms, PTSD. And our major aim now within this NGO, within Arbel, is to help the children of Israel, and therefore help their parents, to get through their trauma, to be able to put it behind them and not to develop post-traumatic symptoms. That's what we're working on today. That's our big dream. We want to include you in that dream. We can't do it by ourselves. We need the help of people all over the world, because Israel suffered, as you well know, a terrible blow, and we've got to stand up again. And in Magen Arbel, we believe we can help this process. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. And we'd love to meet you sometime here in Israel. Thank you.